Righto, while I've got time, I'll show you how I'm going about re-welding up this section of the lower plenum. As you can see, there's rust all through the entire part of it, but basically my mindset about going about fixing this is I'll fix the main, fix the outers, and the inner parts will take care of themselves. And what I mean by that is I'm going to first weld in the top bit here, which is basically the top of the inner firewall, and then weld in this part here, basically go from out here all the way to here, or even a bit further. And then I've got these sort of main parts, which are the outer parts of my lines, and then going through the rest of it. I don't know how far out of this I'm going to have to come. Even though it looks pretty crappy, most of this is pretty solid. Once I'll buzz over it with a rust wheel, and probably it'll be surprising how much it cleans up. And of course I'm going to rust proof this with dioxidine and PIR 15. And what I mean by these things, these rust wheels, or strippies. You put these on your grinder. You can also get ones for your drill, and these will take off surface rust and paint and all that other stuff, but it won't touch the metal. It'll touch it very little anyway, so these things are perfect. So I'll clean up all this before I rust proof it. What I've done with this section is I've got this piece of metal here, which I cut out of the lower part of this old Ford boot to go in here. So that sits there, kind of perfect. Most of the basic lines are the same. On each side I'm just waiting for this to dry, I've got weld through primer, so it shouldn't rust in between the join there. I'll tack the two parts, and then I'll actually put a wee spot weld here, just like the factory. This lower part here, there's actually spot welds here, so I'll do it back how it used to be. And then at the end of the day, when I've done all my welding, I'll go through, put some oxidine on it, so overnight it won't rust. Yeah, so I'll give another part of this video when I've finished doing up the tack welds. Right, and there we go, just how I wanted it. Got two spot welds here by where it joins the pillar, and I've just tacked it on this edge here, and I'll finish up the seam down to this bottom corner. I'm not going along the bottom here because all this is all rusty, and I'll probably replace this. So I'll have to make an entire new piece for this top part. But yeah, got to start somewhere. So yeah. Here's the finished product. I've finished welding up this section here. I actually had to go a lot deeper into it than I thought I would have to. Underneath here I actually had to go in and make another piece for sort of the lower part of the main part of the firewall here. It was just rusted in beneath it, so I really had to get in and get it. But I've just put a bit of rust converter on it, so I'll let that set for 24 hours and then chuck some PIR 15 on it. And even though I haven't been really that careful with how the separate patch panels have been put in, you notice the welds aren't completely lined up, though they're all good welds and there's no pinholes or anything anywhere. It's not going to be seen, so I wasn't too worried about it. And yeah, pretty happy with how this came out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5 separate pieces that make up this top panel here, and another couple on the bottom. So on the other side, it's actually a slightly different case. Here, the other side of the plenum is actually different. It sits up a lot further up here, and we've got rusting mainly in the top part of this. I have already had to put a small amount in the bottom of the pillar here. I didn't think I'd have to, but I did. I actually have to do it on the other side. But this bit should be not too bad to make up. I'll do one bit in the top. I'll probably do a small bit for the top of this part, one here, and then a triangle to finish it off here, and that'll be this side all finished up. So that's how I'm getting on at the so far. Hopefully should have this one finished up in the next day or two, since I've only sort of got the evenings where I'm able to work on it. But yeah, cheers.